Hello and welcome to the Master the Art of Change video blog. Always here, and today we're talking about tapping into top performance. Let's dive in. Before we go into the tapping part, guys, I wanted to tell you a quick story to demonstrate this concept. Only about short 3 years ago, I actually was a full-time math teacher. I was teaching at a high school here in Houston, Texas. And, that year I started really exploring the concepts of tapping and introducing it to my students. So long story short, we were tapping a lot that year. I think the reason why I actually quit my job next year is because I figured I probably will be teaching them more tapping than math. And that's not what they hired me for. So what happened, guys, is, as we started exploring tapping with my students, is I came to understand that there's one common denominator across all kind of like population ages, and different groups of students who were struggling with math. And that common denominator is stress. So essentially, if you remove stress from the body, a student can learn or a person can perform on a higher level. So that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Now, what happened with me is that essentially as we work through, these blocks and I help students tap and remove stress, they did amazingly good on the test. And the following year, I got a very high bonus. I actually got $9,000 in bonus, which is a really high bonus for a math teacher, guys. Teachers don't get that high of a bonus, regularly. And the bonus is reflected on the performance. So essentially what that showed me is that, oh my gosh, it's totally working. So tapping totally works to help students perform better, faster, and more productive. So I want to talk to you about one more topic, and this is genius versus expert. There's an amazing book by, it's called Bigly by, gosh, I lost the name. I'll come back. By Gay Hendricks. There he goes. And it talks about how, most of us are really going through the life, living our life in the area of, expertise or an area of excellence. And what I'm here, guys, to challenge you guys is to consider that there is an area of genius. And when you step into this area, things are different. So how would you know if you live in the area of genius or area of excellence? Well, one thing that you might notice is that area of excellence is you are obviously good at it, right? So you know how to do it. You have probably, experience for a long time. You have a profession around it or education or some kind of experience, which is wonderful. So in my case, my area of excellence was mathematics, teaching math. I was a math teacher for many, many years. I was an excellent math teacher. I still am. I still help students with math occasionally. But the bottom line, I came to realize that this is not my area of genius, and this is where I made a switch. So when I moved to my area of genius, which is emotional intelligence and tapping, this is what I'm teaching to you today, my life completely changed. Like I could work on writing a blog post or, recording a video or working with a student or client for a long time. So like the whole day I could work on this and time just flies. I mean, honestly, I would just stop to eat a banana or use the restroom. I use it, the time and space continually because this how much I enjoy it. So you will know that you are in your zone of genius when you are just honestly, truly so very, very happy and so very, very fulfilled that you lose the track of time. It's just one of the ways to sort of notice it. Now, another thing that I wanted to mention that kind of goes along with peak performance, which is exactly what we're talking about today, is, what happens when you do have stress in your body? Because that's, where tapping comes in. You clear, the stress, and then all of a sudden you think more clearly. And it's very, very logical because what happens is at the moment when you get stressed, your body reacts differently pretty much right away. So it's about 400 changes that happens in your body, when you get stressed. And one of them is there's a part of your brain that literally shuts down or slows down. And that's the one that's in charge for creative thinking. And anything that has to do with logic, math, voila, $9,000 bonus, or music totally gets shut down because you go into survival mode, right? You're no longer interested in the creative thinking if you just need to save yourself. And, this is where tapping is so effective because it comes down, this system where, you have this stress response happening and you can think clearly. So, this is actually one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about the program that I created for entrepreneurs. And having tapping as a go-to skill and knowing what to tap on, what kind of things that you need to clear to be a high-performing entrepreneur is the number one skill, like in my opinion, because all the marketing tools and all education around how to create and build a business is very useful, and I highly recommend you get educated there. But the bottom line is people, don't go from education to experience there. They learn things, but they don't implement things. So this is where Fearless Entrepreneur come in. This is the program to help you release those subconscious blocks. So things that you know that you have to do, you actually will be doing it. Very excited. As a matter of fact, next round starts this Monday. I hope you guys are either joining me already or will come on board. There is a link below to sign up. Now, so let's go ahead and talk about the tapping part. So what do we need to tap on? So there's a few things going on when you tap into peak performance. One of them is, are you in your zone of genius or in zone of excellence? Because of course you'll be performing better in your zone of genius. So give yourself to permission to explore it. And, ask yourself these questions. Is this really where I enjoy? If, there would be, my last year of life, would I be doing this type of work or would I be doing something else? So these type of questions will really help you explore. And of course, if you haven't read The Big Leap, highly recommend this book. And then another part, what other stressors, what other anxieties causing you to not perform so high? So we'll be clearing all of that right now. So let's get tapping. And, those of you who know me for a while, I kind of combine different ways of tapping because I've learned so many different modalities. I really like classic EFT. I really like fast EFT. So you'll be seeing a little bit of both in my tapping videos. So we'll actually start by tapping on the side of the head. And this is your setup statement. So we'll do a couple of setup statements. So as you tap, just, repeat after me and say, even though I'm not performing as high as I should, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though things are not getting done, I love and accept myself anyways. Even though I struggle with my performance, I love and accept myself anyways. All the ways I'm not performing well. I'm too slow. I'm not fast enough. Things are not happening as fast as I want. There's too many things on my to-do list. All the overwhelm. All the things that are happening. And they all have to happen now. All at the same time. I release and let it go. All the urgency. All the overwhelm. All the stress. All the ways I know how to stress myself. All the ways I'm addicted to stress. There's a part of me that still believed that if I'm not stressed, I'm not productive. The sad truth is that in our society, we've been taught very little skills on how to handle stress. Now, I'm starting to understand that this is my top skill to master if I want to succeed in just about anything. So I'm taking my time to release the stress, and I'm making a decision to let go of the overwhelm. It's safe to let it go. It's safe for me to tap into my zone of genius, to find out what is it that I'm passionate about, and do that. It's safe for me to do that. Releasing everything else, all the doubts and worries. It's safe for me to perform on my highest level. I'm worthy and deserving of it. Just finish tapping, guys, and grab your wrist. Let's round. Breathe in. And breathe out. And say word, peace. Amazing job. And once again, I hope you guys will be joining me in Fearless Entrepreneur. But either way, I'll see you a week from now. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.